start the recording. Hopefully you can see my screen. I have the Q&A open so you can put questions in there, and then I think we can also open up people's mics so that we can have a conversation. So welcome. List building, the money list, list building 101. They say money's in the list, and so we're going to spend, I have maybe 10 minutes of information for you today on list building, maybe 15. And then I thought we could just open it up to questions and conversation about what you're doing with your list, how you're building a list in your business, the value of list building for your company, and any challenges that you're facing, questions, and I will work to answer those for anyone that wants to raise their hand, put a message in the Q&A, or go live and join the conversation live. So hopefully this will work well, and we'll have some fun and learn some things about building a list for our business. All right, so let me see if I can get the slides moving. Great. All right, so welcome. I'm Donna Price. I'm a marketing strategist. My company is Compass Rose Consulting. This is my 1 minute, less than 1 minute. I'm going to tell you about myself. I provide small business owners with resources, training, and consulting to help them generate leads, convert leads, and grow their business. And we have a vast resource of programs that we offer to people. I'm also an author, trainer, facilitator, and my background is primarily in nonprofit management until I started my own business and had to figure out how to make a business work, like so many other business owners. I love being in business. I love being an entrepreneur, and my big why is my family, and having the flexibility and time to go to cross-country meets and drive people to school and pick them up, and all those great things that come with being an entrepreneur. So today, I wanted to spend a few minutes just talking about the importance of list building, because I see so many business owners that aren't focused on it. So we're going to talk about how to build your list profit system. And we're going to go through profit, promote your list, reward the opt-in, offer a proposal, fixate attention, initiate a response, and thwart the filters. And so in the next few minutes, I'm going to cover all those different pieces of building your list profit system. So one of the mantras that I use in my business is that everything I do needs to work towards my list building. And I look at what I'm doing and how I can use it to build my list and make that my priority. The big mistake that I see business owners making is that they don't prioritize list building. They go for the sale first. So they start marketing their product or their service first instead of getting the person onto their list. They promote their website. So we have Compass Rose Consulting is my big website. And that's not the website that I use when I'm promoting something. I send someone to a landing page or squeeze page, which we're going to talk about, because when you go on Compass Rose Consulting, there's a vast wealth of information there, but there's too many distractions if I'm going to drive my traffic there. I also see people failing to collect their visitor information. So people come to your website, they like what they see, they're not ready to buy yet, and then they bounce off. And then when they get to the place where they're ready to buy, they don't remember what your name was, what your company name was, and they start doing a keyword search to try and find you. And guess what? The people that come up aren't you. It's your competitors that come up, because now they're trying to figure out how they found you and use keywords to get back to you. And so you lose that opportunity. And then the other big mistake I see is people fail to follow up with prospects that did raise their hand, but that they weren't ready to buy. So they say the money's in the follow-up. And so I've done this myself, where you meet someone or you talk with someone and then you don't follow up. And I've seen business owners do it where I've gone to trade shows where I've said to people, I need what you're offering, and I hand them my card and I never hear from them. So they just missed an opportunity to at least talk with me about what they have to offer and see if it's the right choice for what I'm looking for at that time. But to not follow up at all means that they've totally lost the opportunity. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to promote the list. So when we're doing any kind of marketing, we're going to send people to our list. So if I collect business cards at a networking event or an expo, I add people to my list. I have an opt-in box. If you go to Compass Rose Consulting, you will see an opt-in box on almost every single page. And on a blog post at the bottom, often there's an option to do something at the end of that post. So we're always pointing people to a list. If I'm running an ad, if I'm paying money for an ad, then I want people to get on my list. And I want to be able to follow up with them. I don't want to pay money for an ad, have them click on that link, and then leave. So everything is going to point to this list building. The R is to reward the opt-in. So how do we get people to give us their information? We have to give, right? So we have to give a free report or an ebook or a downloadable, free audio, video, webinar, a mini course, an email course, a video course, lots of different options that you can decide on. And most likely in your computer, you already have the option. Maybe you've got to reformat it a little bit, convert it into a PDF that somebody could download, but you've already got probably a wealth of information. You can also hire somebody to help you put it together. So you can hire somebody to write an article, you could record the article. I have people that say, oh, I'm a terrible writer. Well, record it on your phone, right? We all have these great devices that we spend way too much time on. So you could record an article. I carry, here I'm reaching for it. Where is it? I carry a notebook, what are they called? Composition book. So when I'm waiting in the parking lot to pick my daughter up from cross-country practice, or I have my composition book so I can write an article right there, or at least jot down the ideas. You can hire a writer to write it for you. Some resources are Uplants or Fiverr.com. And then you can also repurpose that article or report. And we have a whole free report on repurposing your content, and you can pick it up at repurposing.club/free-report. And I can send everybody the link for that. Make a note, and then you can get that. Because in that report, we talk about 14, I think, different ways that you can use one piece of content. So the next thing is that you want to create a compelling call to action. So every free offer needs to be compelling, and you have to have an attention-grabbing headline. So I have a special report on headlines. I'm going to email everyone the link for that report so that you can just download that. But we have to have a headline. And so this report comes in so valuable because you need a headline like on your ad, and then you need a headline on your landing page. You need a headline in your email. So headlines become important because that's what helps people to take action. And then you need to tell people what the benefits are, what's in it for them, right? Why do they want it? So saying what they're going to get out of it. Like, you're going to grow your list by 50 people, or you're going to grow your list by 100 people. I just got an email today that someone said that I could grow my list by 10,000 people. That's never worked for me, but I can help you grow your list consistently day by day in reasonable amounts because you want that targeted list. And then you have to have your opt-in form. So you want to use a third-party autoresponder. So we have a list of those in the special report. Hopefully you downloaded the special report that we've been sending out, but I'll send a link for that in our follow-up email as well. But we recommend autoresponders: Aweber, iContact, MailChimp, GetResponse. So I use Zoho campaigns and ClickFunnels for my autoresponder. And an autoresponder just means that another company is going to make sure that your email gets through all the spam filters and things like that. And people can opt in, they can opt out, gives them control over whether they're receiving emails from you. So you have just 60 seconds to catch somebody's attention and convince them to trust you. So we have, and probably less than that. So if you're running an ad like on Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram or wherever you advertise, you probably have 10 seconds or less to catch their attention and convince them to read the ad. And then maybe you've got that 60 seconds to get them to click the link to get to your downloadable, your offer. So when you're putting that offer together, we want value, value, value. So you always want to be thinking like the prospect, like what do they need? What's their pain? What is the solution that I have that can help their pain, right? So that's what you're going to be providing and talking about. And then you want to engage people. So in your email follow-ups, you want to ask questions and build the relationship, build rapport. So it's not about getting somebody on your list and then selling them something. It's about getting someone on your list, like that's like your first handshake, and then building your relationship. And then, but also telling them about all the different things that you can offer to them and letting them make that buying decision down the road. Very few people really know and understand the true value of their list. Some of the things I hear is like, oh, I've got a big Facebook following, but I have a big Facebook following too, but I can't email them. I can post things and I can run ads and I can try and make sure that they get to see the things that I'm putting out there. But when I have people on my email list, that's my list. And then I have the ability to reach out to them and follow up with them and know that it got into their box and work to get them to open the email. So each thing we're working to get them to take action. A list is more than potential customers. It's a network of influence that can help you to create fame and fortune. So you want to really treat your list well and really build that rapport, because those people, maybe they're not going to buy from you, but they talk to a friend and that friend needs what you have. And they're saying, well, you need to call so-and-so or go get this report that Donna has over here. So they start becoming like your salespeople as well, or your referral partners as well. And you haven't even worked at kind of setting up that referral network, but because you've been giving value, they're naturally going to say, this person has what you need. Go. And then fixate attention. So we have to grab attention because we want them to open the email. So one of the things I do is I look at the emails that make me open them, and then you can create a swipe file of those kind of words that get you to open. One of the things that I'm seeing is a lot of people are putting in like RE semicolon, and then it's, whatever the subject is. And it makes you think for a second that you've already been communicating with the person. So I've done it several times where then I open it to see what it's about. It's like, oh, did I talk to them and I just don't remember it? So it's a kind of a trick to get people to open because we haven't had a conversation before. But noticing those kinds of things that kind of grab your attention in your inbox can help you to create that swipe file of email subjects that'll get you to open. And then I'm sending you the headline report that'll give you some great ideas also. And then you want to initiate a response. So you want to, the reason we use autoresponders is because when somebody signs up, then we can automatically, immediately send them an email. And that's critical because we want them to remember that they asked for our email. They asked for the report, and we're going to send it to them and they can download it right away, or the video course, or whatever it was. But we quickly want them to start taking action. So we want them to click the link and download the report, or take the survey, or reply back to us, or call us. And then in an autoresponder, you can set up a sequence of emails that's going to follow up with the person automatically. So immediately they get the download. And then the next day they get another email saying, wanted to make sure you got the link for the download. So twice I'm sending them the download link. And then I'm starting to follow up about the report. Excuse me. So we're going to start talking about, if it's a list building report, we're going to start talking about the things that are in there and the steps to creating your list building system in each email. So you want to always be then asking for a response in that email. So the key is that your messages need to provide content that's useful, valuable, but then you want it to be, like, you don't want to give everything away, right? Because that's part of what your business is. So useful, valuable, and incomplete. So then they want more. So just always value, value, value. And it's kind of a shift of mindset that you're serving people. So you're thinking of your list as, like, how can I serve? What can I give to people this week or this month, depending on how often you're going to email them. So you want to think about, what's the value that I offer, and what can I continue offering, and what is it that my prospect or my target market needs, and how do I solve that problem? So I talked a little bit about the different email programs that you can use, and the reason to use them is because we want to get through the filters, and that's what the different email programs help us to do. They help us to get past the spam filter, but then we also have a couple other things that we need to do to make sure that we're not having subscribers delete us or unsubscribe, and we don't want to over email people. So you want to check your email against spam filters. So most of the programs like Aweber, MailChimp, they're going to let you know if you're using words that are going to get you thrown into spam, right? So they'll say that you've got a spam score, and you can usually see that on the email. You want to get subscribers to confirm their subscription, so that's called a double opt-in. So even if you're adding them, get them to confirm. And you want to authenticate yourself whenever you get challenges. So when you get those emails that say you need to go and fill something out to get past their filter, then you want to go do that, because that helps to validate your emails. So that's the getting past the filters. So that's basically, we've got 5 steps for creating your profit system. We want to set up business squeeze pages. We want to have an autoresponder, because our squeeze page is going to have that opt-in on it. We want to make sure that we're tracking everything. And if we're going to drive traffic anywhere, we're going to drive it to a squeeze page or a landing page. And then you always want to be analyzing the results. So if I spend $100 on a Facebook ad, what were the results of it? And make sure that it is profitable, like that you're getting people on your opt-in list. So maybe you didn't make money, but you know down the road that you're going to make money from that. So think about each of these steps as you're creating your profit system. A list can put money in your pocket, and we've just kind of touched on the surface of list building. So it's critical that you focus on it, dive deep on it, make it work in your business, because it's one of the keys to your business growth strategy. So let's see if there's questions. So let's see, Esther says, I always feel like someone took advantage if they do the RE subject line. That's how I feel too. It's like, damn, I fell for that again. So I'm not saying to use that. I'm just saying to notice what makes you open, and jot those things down and use the ones that feel right for you. And I'll put the link for that repurposing. Because I just had that open, so I know. Let me grab the link. There's the link for that. Other questions? Anyone want to come on live and talk about what they're doing in their list building and how it's working, not working, challenges, frustrations? One of the questions that I get a lot is on the email programs. And so MailChimp is a great one for people that are just starting out. It has, I think, 2,000. You can have up to 2,000 subscribers before you have to pay for it. I haven't looked at it in a while. I have a MailChimp account. You want to make sure that whichever program you're using, you can have the autoresponder feature. And when they used to do it, you could only do broadcasts. But I think you can do the autoresponders now in MailChimp. Or it's like $10 a month or something like that. So that's a good program. I use Zoho because it connects to my CRM and it has the email marketing component. And so it's kind of a suite of business management suite that all kind of talk to each other. So we're doing this as a Zoho meeting platform. And so I like that feature. But the main features you want to look for in that email marketing is that you can do the autoresponders and you can do the newsletters and broadcasts, and that you can set up your opt-ins for people to opt in. The other program that I use for landing pages is ClickFunnels. And so when you're on that repurposing club site, that's in ClickFunnels. And so we decided to try ClickFunnels a few months ago because we tried to kind of put together landing pages in WordPress and hobble together a bunch of different programs, and that didn't work great. So we've been playing with ClickFunnels for about 5 or 6 months, and it's a great program as well. So that's one of the keys, is having something that you can use for a landing page, and then an email marketing program that's going to help you get in the door of your prospect, and then creating a sequence of follow-up messages. And your sequence can get built out for a full year. If you wanted to do a weekly email for a full year, you could build it out. I don't think I have any built out that far right now, but in the past I have. And people will email you and say, oh, Donna, I got that article today and it was just what I needed. And I'm like, oh, what article did they get? And then I can go in and look. But you can also just reply and say, that's great. What really spoke to you out of that article? And you've started a conversation with the person at that point, which is great. Which is part of the goal, is that we want to have that conversation and interaction. Any other questions that we have? So if you didn't get the special report that we put out, I can get that to you. We also have a list building course, and if you're ready to focus on your list building, we go through how to put the steps together, how to create your compelling call to action, create your reward offer, write your follow-up sequence, and convert those leads into customers, because that's our goal down the road. And the course is step-by-step video training, gives you all the pieces. You can access it at that compassroseconsulting.com/list building. And today it's just $67, and it has a special bonus of a coaching session where we talk in depth about your list and your list building, and what your needs are for list building. So I encourage you to jump on that if that feels like a good fit for you. And then I just want to remind you to check your email later today. We're going to send out that special report on headlines. It'll be a direct download link that you can access the report, and we'll get that out right after the call. So any other questions, or anyone that has something that they want to come on and talk about, we can open it up. Great, Esther, thanks. I'm glad you're interested in the course. Just should be able to get to it right on compassroseconsulting.com/list-building, and would love to share that with you. So great. Well, next week I'm planning to do another focus group on Thursday at noon, and we're going to be talking about the email sequences and how to craft the email sequences for following up with people. And so we'll be posting that on Facebook. We'll send out some emails about it, and I hope that you'll come back and join me for lunch. I'm still drinking coffee. I haven't gotten to lunch yet, and we'll look forward to seeing everyone then. So thanks so much for being here. Short and sweet focus groups, and I hope that you found value and got some ideas for your business. And that's my goal, is to always help you create ideas for your own business and how this can work, or how you can craft it in your business. So thanks a lot, and I hope you have a great day. Feel free to reach out to me, if you have any questions. I'd be glad to answer them for you. Take care.